Hey guys, it's Lady J back again. Man, okay. Um, it's about Ken'neka Jenkins. Let's talk about it. I've just been going around thinking. About the whole situation, the whole case, what's being said, what's not being said about the mother, about Ken'neka Jenkins, about the case, about the young adults that was in the room that night. And I got one question that's really eating at me. um does Chicago even really want justice for Ken'neka Jenkins? That's the only thing I'm asking, and I'm gonna tell you why I asked that. Okay. um I saw a disturbing video that bothered me a lot. And it wasn't about Ken'neka Jenkins. It wasn't about none of the young adults that were supposed to be in the room. It was one of the activists, the last activist that was on the Ken'neka Jenkins case, and how he, the last video, which is Andre Williams. In the last video I saw him, he was through. He said he wasn't doing it anymore. Um, you know, it's ungrateful adults out here. That he just basically was going to go back to doing his community outreach with the young youth. So I see a video the other day of him, and people are out there protesting. And, I'm listening to what he got to say. So I'm like, what is he protesting now? And it was about Ken'neka Jenkins, and it was in front of the FBI office in Chicago. I feel like we've been there, done that. The family did that. The family did that like week 1, week 2, to try to get something done, for their daughter, to get the FBI to investigate it. But he says something to me that really made me want to go through that TV and snatch that unkept, what, off his face. Okay. He said, a young lady asked him, well, why are y'all protesting? He said, oh, we're just protesting here to make a statement. She said, well, didn't y'all do that down in Washington? He said, yeah, but we've been doing it, and we've been going about it all wrong. We got to do other things. We got to go to our aldermans. We got to go to this. We got to go to. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, if you know this, then why are you protesting the FBI's building in Chicago, which has already been done by another set of protesters? So this is why I pose the question, does Chicago really want justice for Ken'neka? Because as an activist, you're supposed to know about your community. You're supposed to know about the case that you're researching and what things need to be done and how to get things out there. Now, you've had 3 sets of different activists, but all for one case. You've had Andrew Holmes, actually 4. You had Andrew Holmes. They got him out of there because he wanted to come out and said there is an actual picture of this child walking into the freezer, which was never shown to the mother, never shown to the lawyers, never shown to the public. I mean, they're showing dead bodies, they're showing her so-called walking, but no picture of this child walking into the freezer. Because according to the hotel, there is no camera. Okay? All right, we're going to let that slide. Mother wasn't feeling it. She got him out of there. Okay? Then you come with Jedediah and his little Rainbow Coalition crew. You mean to tell me you guys I think they spent all of 2 weeks on the case before they were kicked off of it too. 2 to 3 weeks on the case before she got them out of there as well. Then you have Lewis Chamberlain, who's been an activist, he says, for a long time and been doing it for 15, 20 years of such. He got booted right out of there with the Rainbow Coalition. Okay? Then you have Andre Williams, this last guy. He stayed on the case for a couple of weeks too. Things got a little shaky. I guess he's back on it, or he's just dealing with it from afar. I'm not sure. But my thing is, all of you people are activists, right? All of you are activists. So why is it that this girl has not received any justice? Why is her case only social media and YouTube worthy? Why is it not being spoken about in Chicago the way it needs to be spoken about in Chicago? Even if we, other people who are not of this town, don't live in Chicago, don't know what goes on in there, we can go and check and see what's on the news for that day. We can see what's being put in the newspaper that day. And from what I've seen, since her case has been closed, there's not been no talk about this child's case. That shouldn't be happening. Why, as you guys, as activists, don't know the proper procedure and protocol to get things done? I don't understand it. I've seen one person out of one group go to a city council meeting. That was it. And they basically was ignored and looked at like they were crazy in anyway. And they had people validating what didn't make sense. You know, how do you not know that you need to go to your alderman? I've been screaming this from the beginning. Everybody, I'm putting it on everybody's page. I do remember there was a young lady and her mom named Fat Check. They're still out here actually, and they actually are solid people. I just feel bad because they got caught up in the mess that was going on over there in Chicago. Kind of, sort of. I mean, her mom and herself seem like they kind of solid people. So I'm not going to sit there and throw them out to the wolves. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. But I just think they just got caught up in a bunch of nonsense. And I could see how and why Washington happened now. Because if these people, activists, who don't even know that you need to go to your aldermans and you need to protest your mayors and you need, regardless if it happens out in Rosemont or not, you need to go to your state representatives. You know, yes, it's up. You can go to the FBI and whatever like that, but it's up to the state's attorney if they want to reopen the case or not. If something that foul was done to this child. So I don't know how you out here protest, because my thing is you should have been there protesting that mayor's office. You should have been there protesting the alderman of the district that Ken'neka lived in and any surrounding aldermans around there. You guys should have been protesting there. You should have protested Rahm Emanuel. You should have did it. You should have protested down there as well. Rahm Emanuel office should have been getting protested day in and day out. You had enough people where you could have had people protesting in Chicago and protesting out in Rosemont. Y'all could have organized that, but everybody wanted to be on some full wangery and some stardom stuff. Trying to get famous off of somebody's death, an actual death. You know, trying to get their likes and their viewership up. Where they do that at? I mean, yeah, you got your Al Sharptons and your Jesse Jacksons. They did it too. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, they were marching and getting national headlines on a case. They were doing that. The only reason why her case is well known is on social media. You can't have that. When you're in Washington and white people are walking past you and not asking what are you protesting about without a care in the world, that's not an impact. When you've got all kinds of other people walking past this hotel and they don't know what happened, or they're walking by and don't care, you're not doing your job as an activist. You're not doing your job to let people know what's really going on out here. That's how I feel. And I feel like if these people are really activists, that's the first thing they should have been doing. You know, if you had threatened some of these people's jobs, some answers and some movement would have been going on. If elections are not coming up, then I know they were coming up back then, because we just had elections here in Pennsylvania. So I'm not understanding, why is it that these people are allowed, you allowed these people to get away with everything, as far as her getting any type of justice for her. Standing out at that hotel was not going to do it. Why never y'all did never protest the police department? Because you had an issue with their findings. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's not making any type of sense to me. It's not registering why none of these activists thought to do that at any point. It's like now you want to, the aha moment comes. You had to go all the way to Washington to find that out. It's baffling to me that people that are in their 20s, late 20s, 30s, late 30s, might even be pushing 40, don't even know how to go about getting what you need heard. What's even more baffling is because when her case first started with Fact Check TV and her mom and them, when she started saying, we're going to write these letters and we're going to send it to Rosemont and this, that, and the other, I said, that's not the key. When I heard people say, well, they should go to Chicago, why would you go to another whole district to report another district case? It doesn't even work that way. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I'm like, no, these people need to be at these aldermans. These people need to be at their state representatives. These people need to be at the governor's door. Why are they not there? They need to be talking to their senators. And I researched that. Now, I don't have the information in front of me, but believe me, I wrote it down, and I'm not even from Chicago. They have over 18 different state representatives, or aldermen as they call them in Chicago. I don't know how they do it. They have 2 senators. One's a man, one's a woman. They have that governor, I forgot his name, is Dubin or something like that. I can't really think about it right off the bat. But when I tell you, I went in and I know some of these aldermen or state representatives, they've been in office just as long as Ken'neka has been alive, or even before. And you wonder why people say Chicago is crooked. Because it's almost like you guys are scared to go to these people. You have to go and you have to address them. If you don't address them and you're just addressing the end result of something that happened, this is going to keep on happening for generations to come. I'm sorry. I don't know how any other way to put it at. You wonder why 600 people are dying and they're all going. This is why. You've got aldermen in there. They don't care. They're not doing their job. They're rubbing elbows. You got a mayor who does not care. He's in there rubbing elbows. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care. The political game is very dirty. Very dirty. And a lot of people who do want to help and may want to say something won't say nothing because they don't want to put their political careers at risk. They don't want to be the ad man out. Y'all, as the people, have to change that. When you start letting these little state representatives and aldermen slide on the BS that they doing every day that they're not supposed to be doing, that you're allowing them to have room to go and be a mayor. You're allowing them to get into state senator seats. You're allowing them to become governors of a state. So again, I ask, does Chicago really want justice not only for Ken'neka Jenkins, but for all the children that are out here dying? You've got to change all of that, people. And you got a lot of other states and cities that are willing to back you guys up. It doesn't make sense that there's over 600 something people dead. It doesn't even make any type of sense. But that's all I wanted to speak on. Peace out, Lady J.